This Shabbat, we celebrate the first day of the year. That is, in terms of months. We were given on this day our first national mitzvah, the mitzvah of Kiddush Hachodesh, of sanctifying the months. God decided that the first mitzvah given to the Jewish people would be the ability to decide when Rosh Chodesh is, based upon the moon. Now we have to ask, why is this the mitzvah that Hashem chose to begin the process of freedom? When God is taking us out of Mitzrayim, bringing us to our Sinai to accept our national constitution, and then moving on to Eretz Yisrael to create our national home and our national mission of the Jewish people, the people of Hashem, why is it that Hachodesh Hazalachem, sanctifying the months, is the beginning of this process? There's an interesting halacha pertaining to sanctifying the months. In general, we like to believe that we decide when Rosh Chodesh is based upon the moon. But if you look closely at the halachot of Kiddush HaChodesh, you find that it's mainly based upon the decision of Beit Din, even more than the moon itself. It is Am Yisrael, it is the Jewish people that decide when the months are. There's an interesting midrash that exemplifies this idea. The Malachim come to Hashem and ask Hashem, when is Pesach? When is Sukkot? When are the holidays? And Hashem turns to them and says, I don't know. The Malachim ask Hashem, the angels ask Hashem, what do you mean you don't know? You're Hashem, you're God, you created the universe. How don't you know when the holidays are? He said, I used to decide when the holidays were. Then I gave time over to the Jewish people. The first mitzvah that Hashem gave us is control over time. The way that we view time as a people defines the type of life that we live. Generally, time just passes it by. Very often at the end of the day, you don't know where time went. Time seems like a hollow tunnel that passes us through that we have no control over. Hashem comes with this mitzvah and says, I want you to look at time in a very different way. If you look at the Hebrew word for time, it's zman. Zman has the same root as zimun, or hazmana, meaning an invitation. Time is not something that's out of our control. It's an invitation. It invites us to use the moments that are given to us in our life as opportunities. The first step to becoming free is to take control of time. Not to see time as something that's a threat to us, that passes us by, that we don't have control over, but seeing each zman, each zimun, as a hazmana, as an invitation to use that time for something greater, to use that time for a higher purpose. This is the first step to freedom. Control over our time and understanding that time is an invitation to be used as an opportunity to do something great. Shabbat Shalom.